Hi there, TotallyDubbed here, and today I'm doing a video roundup of my favorite gaming mice. Now before getting to this video, I'll be really clear cut. Gaming mice are very much subjective. You've got different ergonomics, you've got different grip styles, you've got different mouse configurations, and specifically even different DPI levels. I mean, who uses 10,000 DPI? I don't know, but manufacturers or other people might disagree with me. Now as such, I've compiled a list, a cherry-picked list as you will, of my favorite gaming mice per category. Now you'll find these gaming mice listed down in the description below, so if you want to jump to that certain category type, and indeed linked in the description below, and each of these links will take you to your localized Amazon store. Now before continuing, I should mention that I'm not endorsed by any of these companies. These are my favorite gaming mice and ones I would actively recommend to friends and family, so just bear that in mind. And before jumping into the video, I will just ask that if you do have Instagram, I'd very much appreciate a follow. It's at TotallyDubbed, it's on your screen or indeed in the description. So with that intro and that out of the way, let's get into the video. So let's start off with the best budget gaming mice, and in my opinion there's two mice over here. There's the Logitech G203 Lightsync and the Abkoncore A660. Now these two mice are very similar in terms of the design and in terms of their functionalities. They've got lots of DPI to choose from, the right button layout, and also feel somewhat premium. Despite their price tag, it is actually a good quality mouse. They also have the good sensors, which means that you're not going to miss a click or indeed a swipe. And furthermore, they do have those fancy RGB lights, which I know lots of people crave, although I personally disabled. Now, what are the drawbacks about these two mice? Well, quite frankly, all I will say is that the overall build quality and even the button feel isn't as good as premium mice out there. Now, as I said, this is to do with the price, so if you were to spend more, you would expect a bit more. But given their price point, these two budget gaming mice are fantastic if you are indeed on a budget. Now, next up is my favorite gaming mouse, period. Now, I like wired gaming mice. Now, some people will prefer the wireless gaming mouse, but in my case, the Kain 120 Aimo RGB is truly the best, at least for me. It's got the right button layout, it's got a great feel, it's got premium quality, and truthfully it does everything I want it to do. Now granted, its software isn't exactly the best, a Swarm Roccat software, however that's truly the only negative point about it. Of course, another negative point is the fact that it isn't wireless. There is the Kain 200 Aimo, which you might want to consider if you do like this type of mouse and form factor. However, there are other mice out there that I'm going to get to in just a bit when it comes to wireless mice. Now next up is the best multi-purpose gaming mouse. By multi-purpose I mean it's not just strictly for gaming, it can be used for multimedia purposes or indeed other solutions that you're going to have on your PC. In this case, the Logitech G502 is by far one of the most popular gaming mice in the world. It's one of my first gaming mice that I owned back in the day, and nowadays I've transitioned because it's a little bit heavier. Now the mouse itself, for an FPS gamer, personally I will say is a bit too heavy. However, a lot of people who are FPS gamers really do love this mouse. What I really love about the G502 is its scroll wheel. It can be adjusted to clicky or hyper scroll, and in this case it's really great when you're browsing the web or indeed flicking through pictures, for example. The G502 has got all the right credentials. It's got RGB lights, it's got the right sensor, and it's got customization through the software, and furthermore even weight adjustment if you so wish. It even comes in a wireless function if you do want that. Functionality as well. So really, the G502 is by far my favorite multi-purpose gaming mouse. Now, next up is the best small-sized or lightweight gaming mouse, and here is the Razer Viper Mini, which by far is my favorite. Not only is it very lightweight, but it also has again all the right credentials for being a great gaming mouse. It clicks fantastically, it's got really nice ergonomics, even though it doesn't properly fit my hand in terms of fingertip or palm grip type of style. But this is not aimed for someone like me, it's aimed for someone either with smaller hands or indeed someone who wants to have a claw grip type of design. This lightweight gaming mouse is by far my favorite, and really the only negative point of fact about it is, in my opinion, its software, which in this case you have to download the Synapsys software, and sometimes that has some sort of conflicts with other softwares out there. But other than that, this mouse is fantastic and definitely one you should consider if you want a lightweight gaming mouse. Now moving on, we've got wireless gaming mice. Now my personal favorite is the Logitech G Pro Wireless. Why? Because it's predominantly aimed at FPS gamers. Now, if you're not an FPS gamer, I will say subjectively that Logitech's wireless systems do seem to deliver a fantastic performance. Not only in terms of latency, be it from clicking, but also in terms of battery life. They last a very long time, and furthermore can be powered with a PowerPlay mat, and therefore you never have to charge. The biggest drawback of most wireless mice is the fact that one, you might have to plug it in if you don't have the appropriate mat, or secondly, the fact that these mice are very expensive. Comparatively to their wired alternatives, they're very, very expensive, and as such it depends up to you. If you've got the budget and you want a wireless mouse and you want a class-leading performance, then you'll have to pay that premium. Next up, we've got the best MMO or multifunctional button mouse out there, and for me it's the SteelSeries Rival 500. Now, this mouse has been out for quite a while, and yet there's no real other mouse out there that truly competes in terms of its ergonomics. What I really like about this mouse is the fact that the button layouts are so perfectly positioned around your thumb, meaning that if you want to set some macros, or indeed if you want to just execute different files or whatever it might be, then you can do so at that click of a button. And it's not non-ergonomic to the point where you've got loads of numbers that you have to figure out what they are. It is really well designed, and in this case I will say that if you are an MMO gamer, or you're just someone who likes macros, for example you might be a programmer who also games, then this mouse might be the perfect mouse for you. The biggest drawback is the fact that its design will take a little bit of getting used to, and it's a little bit chunky, so if you have small hands it might not be a best fit. And finally we get onto the most customizable mouse out there, and in my opinion it's the Catz R.A.T 8 Plus, which is an absolutely mental type of looking mouse. It really does somewhat personify its name. It looks like somewhat of a rat. But here, this gaming mouse is fully customizable. You can adjust pretty much everything you want from it, and I'm not just talking about buttons, I mean the actual physical aspects of the mouse itself. This is great as well because if you want a mouse that's really got a flat, low profile design, this mouse will be really ticking all the boxes. Of course, its biggest drawback is the fact that if you don't need that, you are paying a premium for no given reason. Its sensor is somewhat average in comparison to other mice out there, and furthermore, its design will take a lot getting used to because, well, truthfully, it's got a unique design. So there we have it. That's been my recommendations of the best gaming mice. Hopefully I catered for all types of gamers and different grip styles and even weights. Let me know in the comments below of other mice that you might suggest in these categories. Indeed, there might be some that I haven't tested or tried, and therefore I can't really comment on them either. Again, you can also ask me down in the comments below what my thoughts are and how they would compare. And specifically, if the mouse isn't a mouse that I've recommended isn't available in your territory, again, let me know what mouse you have, and then I can try and give you my sort of feedback on them. If you like this type of video, I'd very much appreciate a like, subscribe to see more, and favourite and share, as it'll always help the channel grow. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed, take care, and bye bye.